Once upon a time, if you wanted Raider news, you had to pick up the morning paper or put on SportsCenter and hope that somewhere in that hour of coverage you might get a glimpse of the Raiders. And if you lived out of state or overseas, the chances of you being able to get even those tidbits of Raider news were all but impossible. Not anymore. How we get our news, where we get our news, and how much of it is what we want to read or hear about has changed dramatically. And it's changed just in the last 10 years. So how does all of this new technology help us put into focus the clutter of the big networks who cast a wide net over all of sports? How can you get news about the Raiders by impartial but passionate Raider fans? That's the subject of our show tonight and in the future. This is the Will to Win broadcast.
The flame that would burn brightest here is the will to win. Is the will to win. Is the will to win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's do our thing now.
The autumn wind is a pirate.
Clark feeling pressure in front of him. Has his man. It's Cooper. Cooper inside the 10. Into the end zone for the Raiders touchdown.
We're going to challenge you from the neck up this afternoon.
Eric Carr a lot for the end zone for Roberts. He's got it. Touchdown! Raiders!
Within the first 5 to 10 plays of the game, the other team's quarterback must go down. And he must go down hard.
Sacked from behind by Khalil Mack.
Hello, I'm Raider Pirate, and welcome to the Will to Win broadcast. Tonight, we're going to break down some questions and give you our opinions based on research, our own intuition, and our own predictions. While we may not get it right every time, we do strive to back up our comments with statistics, unbiased analysis, and respect to you, the Raider Nation. Tonight I'm joined by a panel of analysts that are both passionate and intelligent experts. They're uniquely qualified to answer the questions that you, the Raider Nation, want to know. The show will be broken down tonight into segments: a question and answer segment, our State of the Raiders, and a rookie bio segment featuring breakdowns and analysis of drafted and undrafted players that we all agree should produce results in the silver and black this year. Joining me tonight is a good friend of the Raider Nation, a founder, senior analyst, and co-host of the Will to Win podcast, the Oakland Knight. Raider Lion is a senior international analyst from the United Kingdoms where he covers the Raiders. He's done a draft breakdown of the Raider draft picks on his own channel, but as a proud member of the Raider Nation, he's also agreed to help support our show. Let's begin with our first segment, shall we, gentlemen? The Raider Nation has been kind enough to send us questions via email that they would like our opinions on. If you're interested in sending an email or question, please submit it via email to theww@gmail.com. Please remember to include your name and also where you're sending your message from. Okay, our first question today is from Ride or Die Raider. He says, "What's up, Knight and Pirate? Now that Tom Brady has signed a new 2-year extension with New England, within those 2 years, what are the chances we see them in the playoffs and get some revenge for the Tuck Rule?"
I believe our chances of meeting the Patriots in the playoffs are going to run very high. Tom Brady has proven, even though he's a cheater, he's been proven to be able to move an offense and control the team year in and year out. He has 4 Super Bowl championship rings for a reason, and he's going to go for a 5th. So I believe we can make it to the playoffs and do what we're expected to do. I believe that Tom Brady will be able to face us, and we will get our revenge on the Tuck Rule game.
Our next question comes from Raider Kid 209. His question is, who do you think will be the breakout offensive player of the year, and who do you think will be the breakout defensive player of the year for the Oakland Raiders in 2016?
I believe that our breakout player of the year on offense should be Derek Carr. Even though his numbers have been really high over the last 2 years, coming in to his third year, running the same offense, being able to call audibles and line up players where he wants them, his numbers should even skyrocket more. Take in consideration, too, that Amari Cooper's coming into his second year, along with Seth Roberts and Crabtree, so he has plenty of weapons, and he should have a running game to boot. Derek Carr will definitely be our offensive breakout player of the year. On defense, this is where most people would say automatic Khalil Mack. And although I believe that Khalil Mack's numbers will be high, he still will be drawing a lot of double teams. So I'm going to go with Bruce Irvin for the fact that he is going to be having a lot of help from Khalil Mack. He should get a lot of one-on-one looks, and he should win those one-on-ones and rack up a lot of sacks himself. So I'm going to go Bruce Irvin on defense and Derek Carr on offense.
Well, that's it for today's show in terms of the questions that you had to ask. Again, submit your questions for next week's show. We're going to take a break, but as we go out, we want to make sure that on this, our inaugural episode, we pay homage to the great Al Davis. So here's a video by Dem Raider Boys. Thank you, Al.
And in Oakland, it was a memorable day for the entire Raiders organization and fans as they honored Al Davis.
And I want to say one thing to the fans and the great players who wore the silver and the black in the past all over the country. And I want to pay tribute to my partner, Ed McGaw, who died this winter. Again, you were magnificent, you dominated. And I love all of you, you know that. Thank you very much. Just to let you know.
For everything that you gave and you done for us. That's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us. Cause you're the polish to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us. That's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us. Cause you're the polish to this game that we love so much.
Al Davis built this character, this culture.
Every time you walk by, I just waited my turn to hear what you had to say about the Raider Nation. Now them days are gone, and them days look long. Thanks for hooking up the NFL and bringing us along. Thanks for thinking out the box and putting other races on. Al D, you did it right, and thanks for holding down the throne. These are words from Don't Even, and I have to let you know that I'm speaking from my heart. Now I can finally let you go. Al Davis, you're a beast, and the nation loves you so. Not only are you a legend, you're an icon, bro. Silver and black is the colors that you rep like a pro. We gon' carry on your legacy, just to let you know there's not a hall big enough that can hold all your fame. Plus you always stay committed, now it's time to go and get it. Rest and Raider and in peace. Al Davis, you's a beast, thanks for everything you done. Now it's time to get some sleep. Generals win wars and politicians make peace. Just win, baby, win and stay committed to say the least. Plus he'd rather be feared than respected. What a G, you can sleep when you die. Say goodbye to the guy, you don't digest, you dominate. And you gotta stay consistent when it comes to football and getting dirty in the trenches. Real Raiders, stay relentless and persistent in this game. Got them shaking, got them cringing when we mention Al's name. For everything that you gave and you done for us. That's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us. Cause you're the polish to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us. That's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us. Cause you're the polish to this game that we love so much.
It's all about Al. It's all about the silver and black.
Al Davis, the Godfather, did it his way. Frank Sinatra, you don't adjust, you just dominate. Raider in peace, October 8, 2011. The man, the myth, the legend of a visionary. A true diehard from the cradle to the cemetery. How it all began, from the AFL to the NFL to the autumn win. The young coaching genius who created some of Los Angeles and Oakland's meanest players to ever play the game. Without Mr. Davis, the Raider Nation will never be the same. It's more than the season of a game, it's the aftermath. The flags are half stab. Tribute to the businessman and the badass behind the shield. You will commit to excellence to return to glory. Yet and still my words can tell the story of the baddest. Silver and black maverick. Once a Raider, always a Raider for life. Win, lose, or tie, we don't die, we multiply. Patch over my eye, what's more to steal? It's in my blood. One team, one nation, one love. Mr. Al Davis, the worldwide Raider Nation's greatest. Coach, leader, owner, and godfather to the nation of millions of die-hard sons and daughters. Silver and black, moment
for
silence.
everything that you gave and you done for us. That's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us. Cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us. That's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us. Cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much.
Raider in peace, Godfather Al Davis. We love you, 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 we love you.
You ain't dead, you just passed on. As long as the nation is alive, you is alive. Rest in peace, rest in Raider Al Davis.
Raider in peace, Al legacy lives on.
Just win, baby.
For everything that you gave and you done for us. That's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us. Cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us. That's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us. Cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us. That's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us. Cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us. That's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us. Cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. It's all good, come on, let's go get it. Just win, baby. Just win, baby. Just win,
Welcome back. Well, what a fantastic tribute by some very talented individuals to an incredible genius who changed the game forever. Once again, thank you, Al, from the Raider Nation. We're going to go ahead and move into the second segment, which is our State of the Raiders. What we do is pick the trending topics and we simply talk about how we think what the sports writers are saying might affect the team. Our first question to the night is, how do you think the transition from right guard to left guard is going to affect Gabe Jackson? Is it a good move in your opinion, or is it a bad move in your opinion?
I believe this is the absolute most makes sense move that you could actually do in this situation. For example, guards are guards to me. There is a difference in shifting of the feet, but I believe a true athlete can really figure out sliding right versus sliding left. And Kelechi Osemele is being paid top dollar to come and be a big major impact on this offensive line. And I do believe that they thought that he could be a left tackle, but once we signed Donald Penn back up, it was more apparent that he was going to be moved to guard. The question became, well, should we put him on the right side, or should we put him next to Penn on the left? When you look at Kelechi Osemele and what he's been able to do throughout his career and what his strengths are, you have to plug him in on the left side next to Penn. That protects fully Derek Carr's blind side, number one. Number two, now you got two premier run blockers on one side. Gabe Jackson has already proven that he is an extremely good athlete. He could play that right technique just as good as he can the left. It might take a little bit of work, but then we just boosted up the right side too. So the only question remains is who's going to be right tackle, but I think it's going to be a good fit with Gabe Jackson in both spots.
Well, I take a little bit of a different view on this. I mean, I just think that Osemele seemed to have much more versatility. He's played a bunch of different positions. Gabe has pretty much just played the left side, developed a lot of chemistry with Donald Penn, and also with Hudson. So again, I just felt like we would have so much more versatility if we were going to go ahead and move Osemele over to that left guard position. But again, that's just me. We're going to see. This is an extremely talented offensive line. So we're going to see what happens, but I'm sure regardless, we're going to have an extremely clean pocket for Derek Carr most of the season. Now let's go ahead and send it over to Raider Lion and our draft bio.
Jihad Ward has to be considered an above-average athlete. His superior athleticism is going to be key and is already noticeable on the field, as in regards to the battle with Kelechi Osemele, where he was able to beat him clearly with a sack, as reported by Scott Blair. His above athleticism is arguably why the Oakland Raiders drafted him in the second round, and is why so many of us are so hyped to see him on the field. You have to consider him a very similar prospect to Mariota Jr., who we drafted last year, a developmental guy who has got a lot of potential and a lot of developmental traits that you look for, but you need to give him time. He is not going to blow people away in his first year, even though he may flash at times. In regards to that, however, his strength is another key, and you're going to be able to see him play inside and arguably help create some pass rush momentum from the interior of the D-line in regard to helping out Justin Ellis and Dan Williams provide some superior pass rush from the inside. Overall, he's above average prospect who we should be very happy with in the second round.
Well, folks, that's our show for this week. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed doing it for you. If you do have any comments or questions, once again, please send us an email at thew2w@gmail.com. And once again, folks, we ask that you please go to our Facebook page and like us. As we're building an audience, that's a wonderful way for us to know how much impact we're having out in the community. So once again, thank you very much on behalf of my co-hosts and everyone involved in this production. We'll see you next week.